You are fake news.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
These nuts. Got him. Got him.
That's what she said.
Well, why don't you cry about it? Saddlebags?
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah! You can't handle the truth.
Your trash, kid.
You sober now?
No, now, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm never, but I'm going to.
Out.
The zoomies out.
No, you could just do it while we're live. You can get the zoomies out while we're live. All right, so Haley was in control of the sound effects board. If you guys appreciate the sound effects, then you can thank Haley. My audio is coming in pretty hot today. Let's get that down a little bit. Guys.
I was working with what I had.
Haley, everybody missed you.
I'm so glad because I missed everybody.
Why don't you give us a good intro?
Guys, this is the Joshua and Haley show. You know, I know it's weird without me.
Just to remind you, this is the Joshua and Haley show. Sorry, Greg.
So, I mean, he could come when I'm here.
Right. So then you'll have to be here.
Wow. Well, if you could schedule him on the weeks I'm here.
Oh, so I can't schedule people when you're not here. I have to go solo.
Certain people.
I'm going to get a cutout. And
The
then you could
Haley
just
cutout?
call. Yeah.
That'd be perfect. I could talk through it.
Let's do it. So why don't you tell everybody what the show's about while we're here? And
This is where we patiently wait for bad tattoos to be sent. Where this is the master, the teacher, you know, at High Sierra Tattoo Co. in Clovis, California. And I'm his favorite apprentice, you know.
I guess I gave you free reign to just say what you want. So, yeah, there you go. A little buttered up there. So this is episode number...
I don't know.
33. That's right. Episode number 33.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys, for joining us. We were on time, and so are you. So thanks for watching. Thanks for participating. Long-time callers, no-time listeners. Go ahead and let us know where you guys are watching from. If you're new to the show, this is a Q&A, of course, and we ask a question online. You guys, it's a Q&A. It's actually more of like a reverse Q&A, but then there's a Q&A too. So it's just questions and answers, and who knows who's asking and who's responding. But you guys can ask us anything you want for watching this. Anything you want at all. Doesn't mean we'll always respond, but 99% of the time we do.
We do.
Unless your name's B.R. Hill. It's a good time for me to mention Linda. Linda, if you're watching. Linda, if you're listening. If you're out there. Or if somebody's listening that knows Linda, just let her know. Linda, you're my favorite, and I miss you, and I hope all's well. Okay.
Hey, I saw you do that last week, or heard you say that last week when Greg was here, and I was probably like, he's so confused.
Greg? Yeah, he's confused. Actually,
he has no idea.
I'll be full disclosure. The last episode was great. People loved it, and Greg was awesome. And I'm so glad he came. He's such a rad guy. If you guys watched it, you know that, or if you already know him, incredible artist. But I told him it was a Q&A, and he goes, "Oh, okay, cool." And I realized as we started talking, I think I conveyed the message that it was a Q&A between me and him.
Oh, okay.
And so then I kind of threw out the show, and I could be wrong. Maybe he didn't think that, but we're so good at doing dialogue together. We've done it for so many years that it's just natural.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh. So it just ended up being really good dialogue, and I tried to get to everybody. And I think I did an okay job, but it was actually a lot of fun to do like the interview.
A question.
What question?
A question that you were supposed to ask.
What question?
It was a VR Hill question.
Oh, really? I have the question written down. Actually, let's see where. No, dang it! I might have gotten it. That sucks because it had your name on it. So, guys, thanks for jumping on here. Thanks for being in the comment section. Mom is always on here, so watch your language because she doesn't like that fucking cussing bullshit.
Hi, Mom.
But Mom, I love you, and I am. Wait, you what? Wait, Mom, explain. I'm not sure. Stella, are you talking about beer?
Need Stella.
Because you can have. I'll get you some, but I'll tell you what I got. I'm going to introduce a little friend here. A little friend of mine, you know what I mean? I shouldn't even show the name, but Little Angel's Envy never hurt anybody. Actually, this is a gift somebody brought me. I'm going to crack this fucker open. And I just bleeped to the mother and said the fucker. And I'm going to have me a nice little glass of this. So, guys, thanks for being on here. Let's see here. Brody's on here. Ashley's on here. Mom is on here. Thanks, guys, for joining in and participating. So, we're going to get right into the Q&A. And then hopefully you guys in the spicy comment section below will also join us for the day and shoot us. You know what? Guys, ask us whatever you want. Don't ask us, whatever. Respond. Let us know. Keep us updated. Tell us how you are.
Spicy in
Tell
the
us,
comments.
yeah, get spicy. Where are you guys at? You know what? Let's fight. Let's fight in the comments.
Dude, here for it.
Dude,
Let's go.
bring it on. Bring it on. No negativity, though. Only positive fighting.
Only positive fighting.
So I'm going to get straight into the Q&A. And I asked a question on Facebook and Instagram saying, ask me anything, try me. Kind of like fighting words. Mm-hmm. Like, say something. What would you say, like, instead of fighting, like, come at me? I should have said that.
I like the try me.
Ask me anything. Come at me.
Come at me.
Get at me, bro.
Yeah. Get at me.
Come at me, bro.
Yeah.
I don't like that word. Try me. Try me is good.
Try me.
So the question I asked was, ask me anything, try me. And you guys know that I genuinely mean it when I say ask me anything because it's fun to have the dialogue and see where you guys are coming from and what you're thinking and what you guys are about, what questions you may have regarding maybe us, our lifestyle, our tattooing, our ambitions, desires, divas, secrets, but also maybe it's about tattooing or about art or whatever it is. So feel free, ask. We like it. It is very entertaining and we enjoy it.
Well, and we like to be put on the spot. I do.
Yeah,
I love
I like
it.
the rapid fire.
Uh-huh.
So let's do that.
Well, then you get pure reaction, too.
Rapid fire, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Let's fight. Come at me, bro.
It's like when you grab my phone and I'm like, that was a real reaction.
Legit.
Yeah.
And when you strike me, so she actually struck her best friend today, Midna, her daughter.
I didn't.
She said you struck her.
I did not. No, she said one time I did before, but I didn't.
Oh, I thought she meant today.
Today I wanted to. Today I wanted to more than ever.
Yeah. Well, you got your stomach tattooed.
Fine.
All right, so let's pour us a glass and get violent here.
Perfect.
I probably shouldn't say that. I don't even know if that's allowed. Violent with our words, which means you guys come at us and let's fight. So the first Ask Me Anything was kind of weird, but Joanna, thank you for asking. I haven't read any of these prior to us being here, and I got better at reading since you've been gone.
I know. I was watching you. You're doing great.
Yeah. See, like, I think when you're here, I'm so scared of getting struck that I stutter. I'm like, you read it.
No.
Anyway,
You did
so
great.
I really held it down. Is it shave ice or shaved ice? I did say ask me anything. So thank you, Joanna.
Ice.
Yeah, shave ice. I don't even know if this is a question. That sounds stupid.
Yeah, shaved ice.
Let's fight.
If it's shave ice, I'm punching someone.
Yeah, like shave ice. Is it, maybe
Stupid.
somebody in the comments knows. Is it shave ice
It better
or
be
shaved
shaved.
ice?
It better be shaved.
Can I get some shave ice? Like,
Well, I don't even say that ever. I don't even think I've.
it's like I really like your shaved face. I like your shaved face. Like, I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah.
So,
I
Joanna,
just asked for a snow cone.
it's like when you say a word and when you say it like out of context,
Uh huh.
like it'll sound weird.
Yeah.
when you say things like shave ice, it's like, okay, fine. But then you say, or is it shaved ice? I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a glitch in the matrix. Mom, am I dreaming? Somebody pinch me. Oh, I'm lost. Okay, so somebody asked that.
All
Can you
right,
be
they're
the same?
agreeing with us.
Yeah, you guys agree. It's
Yeah.
hell no, no shaving. Yeah, no, the beard is staying, Christy, for sure. Mom is saying Streetcar Named Desire, old movie, famous line, Stella. That's awesome. And it's one of my favorite names, Stella, actually. It was my first girlfriend that I never asked out, but I was obsessed with. And in high school, she never talked to me. But it's just my first girlfriend. And her name was Stella. Actually, that was her nickname. Long story short, never mind. Who cares? Don't shave.
Is it the one he kicks in the face with the ball?
No,
or-
no, that was
okay.
Lana. That was before Stella.
Oh, yeah, Lana.
Whoa, Lana and Stella. I got a fucking trend going.
Wow.
Lana, if you're listening. Linda, I'm sorry. But Lana, if you're listening and you're out there and you're from Clear Lake, or you grew up in Clear Lake and went to, I don't even remember the fucking Guard Street school, and I kicked the ball and hit you right in the face and gave you a bloody nose. I've always been wondering where you are and how you're doing, and if your face is disfigured. But I hope it isn't. I hope all is well. And Malachi, you too. Okay, so I'm getting real weird. Yeah, everybody agrees that it's shaved, and I do too. So let's get to the next one. Wait, so we agree it's shaved. Done.
Yeah.
What is your favorite comfort food?
Favorite comfort food? It depends on the moment. Like, what kind of comforting do I
Oh, there
need?
it is. Oh, anyway. Angel's Envy. This shit, guys, if you've never had this stuff's amazing. It's actually a fairly inexpensive whiskey, but it's so tasty. You're missing out. So you
Well,
can't
Miss
have-
Coots asked, where's the whiskey from? Origin.
From Oregon?
Origin.
From
like,
Oregon?
what's the origin?
Where's the whiskey from? You know, I don't know, but it's a bourbon. Let's see. It's Kentucky straight. And let's see here. It's 86 proof, so it's pretty mild, but it is absolutely wonderful. It's beautiful in color, smooth in nature, wonderful to the palate. It's just exuding to the nostrils and the senses, and warm to the belly. So
That's a good description.
listen to that shit. Even better, I got myself a nice cigar today, actually. This is the Esteban Carrera. This is an 18-year. And I'll tell you this right now.
What
I
does
might
that
get
mean?
nauseous. It means it's a fine cigar. It's like their signature. So they say 18 years. I don't think it's actually aged 18 years. It's like they call it something because maybe that's when it started. Like they have like a 1995 from one of the cigars that I smoke, a Rocky Patel. And it's not made in 1995. It's just that model. It's that style. So they kind of use it as like a Honda Accord or a Honda Civic. It's like, that's a bad comparison. Honda Accords suck and so Civics, but this doesn't suck at all. But it's a darker cigar than I'm used to. So if I start to feel it in tandem with the whiskey, I will let you take over, and I will go take my little nap, and then I'll come back and we'll rock and roll.
Perfect.
Fight me, bro.
Fight me.
Yes. Mom, stop. Why are you guys doing this to me? I don't know where this is coming from.
Pumpkin pie.
Wait.
Tamale
Oh, my favorite
pie?
food.
What's tamale pie?
Okay, so Mom, you're right. That's my favorite pie. 100%. Everybody knows. Kimmy, you're absolutely right. You don't.
What is tamale
Oh
pie?
fuck! Somebody do me a favor in the comments and describe as detailed as possible what tamale pie is, so that Haley can read it. Because I want you to read it out loud. It's heaven. I had friends actually bring it from out of town once. They made me. A few people have made me this over the years, and some friends of mine, friends of mine were visiting, and another friend of mine locally made me one, and they all got a piece of it. They're like, "What is this?" They were in heaven. It was like it's like dessert food, like dessert dinner. It's so good. To me, it is.
Okay.
Tamale pie is absolutely. God, I hate to say. I'm not gonna commit because my mom's meatloaf is probably my favorite, but I would say
That's
tamale pie is
mine
next.
for like an actual dinner.
Dude.
Is meatloaf. Oh my god! But it's actually my own. I don't know if that's biased. But
No, that's
it
legit.
is. Yeah, but also like my favorite comfort food, like when I'm just like kind of home and lazy, is a grilled cheese and tomato soup. Like that is fucking my favorite.
That's
oh my
that's fucking
god.
legit. My
It's
favorite.
my favorite.
My favorite. I guess comfort food kind of select. My favorite comfort food is definitely not my mom's meatloaf. Although that's one of my favorite dishes ever.
Yeah.
Tamale pie is definitely not a comfort food. It's like an obsession. It's like a desire. Like I lust for that shit.
Yeah.
But actual like it's comfort food. I think it was like a go-to. Like what do you go to? Cheeseburgers. Cheeseburgers and fries and a soda.
Yeah.
Just straight American diabetes. But I'm fucking down. Take me to a diner. Take me to a crappy burger joint. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Usually the more gourmet, the less I'm actually into it. So when people say, "Oh, this place has a
So
great
like
gourmet,"
a trashy
I just want
cheeseburger.
to fucking when I went to Europe and had their cheeseburgers, it was so different. And when I got home, I was like, I just want a fucking cheeseburger. And whenever I go backpacking for like days, if not weeks or longer, all I desire after like a day or two, it doesn't take long. And I don't intentionally do this. There's this moment where I'm like, oh my God, I want a fucking cheeseburger. I'm like, God, I got 4 more days left. And I don't get one. And it's like, I like when I think of it at the end of the day or at the end of the trip. I'm like, oh, I'm safe because I don't have to drool for like an hour.
Yeah.
Toasted peanut butter and jelly. That must be Kimmy's. That sounds really good.
I like a tortilla with peanut butter and it warmed up. You literally like put the tortilla on the pan, then spread peanut butter on it, and then it melts. You roll it up and it's warm. Oh, it's so good. I used to eat that all the time when I was pregnant.
That sounds interesting.
It's great.
It's better than me spreading mayonnaise all over tortillas, rolling them up tight, and then
Did
eating
you
them.
cook it?
Or butter,
did
just
you
straight butter. No cooking,
No?
just tortilla.
Okay, I don't know about that one. Because I use,
It's probably not good.
when I do my grilled cheese,
We were poor.
I like using mayonnaise instead of butter. It's so good.
You're
So
right.
good.
Yes, you're right.
Oh, and okay, if I'm like
Elizabeth
sad,
saying mashed potatoes. Fuck yeah.
if I'm sad, my comfort food, it's ice cream, Cold Stone all day.
Really?
Ice cream, yeah. Like if I'm like legit sad, I want ice cream.
I think that's a big go-to for women.
Oh my God, I love it. I
I'm
have like an addiction with ice cream. It's the hardest thing I have
Like
to knock with
ice cream or like
dieting.
popsicles or like scooped ice cream. Not like a
Scooped ice cream.
ice cream cone.
Nope, like scooped
You
ice
want
cream.
a bowl or a cup. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
either Baskin Robbins and I get chocolate peanut butter ice cream.
Oh, fuck. We're
Or
fucking up.
I
Nope, don't ask us food questions. I said ask us anything, guys. Thanks, Catherine.
I know. Or I go to Cold Stone and I get the Mud Pie Mojo and it's like coffee ice cream with peanut butter.
You know the worst
It's
is when you
so
talk about
good.
food when you're hungry?
Oh,
Like when you
yeah.
like want it? Or like the worst is going to the grocery store.
Hungry?
hungry.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I'm already eating. As we're going, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I want that. And then all of a sudden it's like $500 at Target.
Yeah.
The hell, Target.
I feel that.
Okay, Target. Eggplant. You know what? I'm with that.
Hi, sister.
I am with eggplant. 100%.
Eggplant? I've never eaten eggplant in my life.
There's a place called Crepes on Cole.
Uh-huh.
It's on Cole Street and by Haight-Ashbury kind of area in San Francisco. Super easy to find. It's right off the beaten path and on Haight and Ashbury area. Crepes on Cole makes a fried eggplant sandwich. Oh my God. Like
Really?
seriously, I go like I would
What does it
I would
taste
go there.
like? Like, is it sweet?
It's like a zucchini, sort of. I'll probably get in trouble for saying that.
Okay.
It's like it's a squash, so it's got a very vegetable-y taste to it. But when it's fried, it's amazing, and it's this deep, beautiful purple. It's so gorgeous. So when you're eating it, it's like, wow, that's.
I've literally seen them at the store, and I cannot get myself to pick it up to even try to make something because I just think of the eggplant
Yeah.
emoji, and I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do
So
it. I don't want the
if you
dick
fry
looking
it,
thing in my
if you fry
throat.
it, it's amazing. We're getting into food. Look at everybody. Look what's happening. Even Rochelle saying hello, delectable duo. Apparently, we're her comfort food. So thanks, Rochelle, for coming on here. Mom's saying yes, butter and tortilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, and not like
I can
melted.
do the butter, but
Like
not
thick
the.
whipped butter,
Oh.
just caked.
You know what my mom
Fuck, we're
used to
fat.
eat was
Jesus.
saltines and butter. Like,
Yeah.
and the butter
yeah.
was like that Crocker barrel, but
Yeah, the Crocker butter. That's I think that's what is the gray bucket.
yeah.
Yes, that shit
She
is
would
so
eat
good.
that with just like saltines, and then I started
fucked.
doing it.
You know what's
Not
also really good
healthy.
is salted butter. Have you ever like salted, like a salted butter? It's like a crystal sort of crunchy
Yeah,
salt.
yeah.
Oh my God, we're losing here, guys.
This is bad.
Next subject.
God.
Yeah.
I really need someone to make me. I want to try the tamale pie.
Somebody has
Tamale
to
pie?
describe that. Describe tamale pie.
Yeah.
for
What
Haley.
is it? I want ice cream too now.
Everybody's agreeing to the ice cream. Even Rochelle saying yum for
Oh,
fried
country
eggplant.
crock. I totally.
Crock.
I don't know what I called it.
Yeah,
I
what
butchered
did
it.
we call it? We were close. Thanks, Kim.
Yeah,
We need
I
to.
was confident in what I said, but it
Yes,
wasn't.
100%. And Natalie, fake butter. Oh, fucking, I'll eat
Yeah.
fake butter all day long.
I don't
especially
eat
when
it
you're poor.
anymore. But you know what? Did you ever, like, now as an adult, I couldn't wait. I'd like think of things that my mom made. Like, I love her to death, but I think of things when I was a kid, and I'm like, oh my
What the-
God, I can't wait to have that again. And I have it, and I'm like, the fuck? This
Yeah,
is not
no.
that good.
You know, but that's a personal opinion too, because like chicken and dumplings I ate my whole life growing
Uh-huh.
up. Don't give me chicken and dumplings ever again. I
No.
never want to touch chicken and dumplings.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom. I fucking love you. You know I love you. And I will eat your chicken and dumplings, but I don't want it You know what I mean? I'm just so not.
I don't want
Yes.
it. Oh, German chocolate cake.
Fuck, we're okay.
Yes.
Let's move
Oh,
on.
that is
let's,
such a good one.
Let's please move on. Thank you guys
Oh
so
my
much.
god.
This is fucking.
Ooh, I
hot.
like strawberry pizza too.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, my
So
grandma's.
the question. Ask me anything, and I said, "Try me." You fucked me up, guys. God, this is gonna be a thing. You fucked me up.
Wait, I have a
Go ahead.
question.
Go ahead.
Do you have any sort of food that you eat like an unusual way? Like some people think like
Jeez.
eating pizza with like
Yes.
a fork and a knife is weird, right? But that's how I grew up because my whole family's from Chicago. Obviously, no one is eating me and Ed's with a pizza and a
Yeah.
fork because that's just
That is kind of weird.
weird. But yeah, do you have anything you eat like weird or you only like parts
Specific.
of things?
Yes. I have a couple. Do you?
Yes.
Can you answer it first?
Sure. Like okay, pancakes. I only eat the center of it.
It doesn't have crust.
The
center of a pancake-
If I eat an Uncrustable, I literally tear the crust off.
It's an uncrustable
I know,
already.
it's weird though. It's like a weird texture. I don't
Showing
like the
fucking
fake
true
crust.
colors.
I don't like the fake crust. It's weird.
When I eat pumpkin pie,
Uh-huh.
I love the cutting through with the fork all the way down to the crust. That little click, that little satisfying. So I take slivers off, so I could get more of those little cuts, and I can feel that little right at the crust. That little.
Yeah.
Next time you guys have pumpkin pie, and you go, you're gonna think of me because it's so good, and then you just get these mouth watering. It's just so great. So pumpkin pie, I eat by the sliver, and I love that first point. Oh, it's the best. And so I love the feeling of it. I love the taste. Anyway, I like to nibble when it comes to food I really like.
Yeah.
Oh, there was another one. What am I thinking? It's gonna screw me up because I think I forgot it. But that was one of them. And then there's another one that I eat very specifically. I'll have to tell you. Well, actually, I like eating my meat that same way. Like if I have a steak, I like to cut it up as thin and as much as possible, so I can get these savory little tasty just bites. I'll think about the other one. It just eluded me.
I don't know if you remember this, but I have a weird thing with pizza too. Like regular California pizza that's like not all deep dish, you know? I take the first bite of like the little tip. That's like my favorite part. And then I don't eat any of the middle of it and I just want the crust.
I get it. I'm kind of that way. Like when I take off all the cheese to eat my pizza, because once I'm full, I just want the dough. And people are like, that's disgusting. I'm like, I don't care. I fucking bought it.
Yeah.
I don't give shelf life
No,
away. I don't
I'm
care.
like the opposite. Like give me the toppings and the crust and like I'm good. That's it. I don't want the dough in the middle. It's
Speaking of
fucking
ice cream,
weird.
that's what I eat weird. I'm
Ice
not
cream?
licking ice cream. I'm not licking popsicles. I'm not licking,
bite
the
it.
cones. I'm not going to sit there with 4 scoops and be all. It's so gay. I'm not fucking doing it. It's just
What if it's in a spoon?
I'll spoon it for
Okay,
sure,
spoon
but
it.
I fucking bite that shit. I don't give a fuck. Like I'm biting my popsicles. I eat that shit with my teeth.
I
Like,
literally
like
melt-
aggressively.
I like stir mine around. Like if I'm at home and we have ice cream, I like put milk in it
Ooh, that's good.
and then I
Milk and
like
ice cream?
smash it down
Oh,
and
yeah.
like whip
Fuck,
it.
dude.
Oh,
See what's
so
going
good.
on? I thought we were on to another subject. What's
Sorry,
going on here?
I got stuck on the food.
Mom saying Bubba's favorite, my chicken and dumplings. God bless your hearts. God bless your hearts. Rochelle's saying tattooers who can bake. You know what? I have a few of them in
bake-off?
here. Yep.
No.
A tattoo bake off.
I'm not a baker. I can cook. I can cook food good and very tasty, but I'm not a baker. It's not my jam. But I'm not like a big
That's
sweet
what you got Minda
person.
for.
Exactly.
So
When I
Mom
need a cake, anything, it's Minda.
is describing it perfectly. Ready?
Oh, yeah.
Go, read it.
Ground beef, corn, bell pepper, onion, tomato sauce, seasoning, and cornbread topping.
It doesn't sound that interesting.
No,
in
I'd
words.
fuck that up for sure.
It's amazing. Imagine just good cornbread, but like layered
Mm-hmm.
with like all of that in the middle and like soaking kind of into a layer of
Yeah,
the cornbread while you still have the
yum.
crust on top and then tons of butter and hot sauce. Well, there's another way to do it too. Like my mom didn't make it this way, but a way I've tried making it myself is like kind of more spicy, like almost like a Spanish style chili, like fiery,
Yeah.
and then use that instead of just like regular corned beef. Like you can use instead of the tomato sauce, beans and like a chili, like a good chili. Oh, it's so good.
Have you had crepels?
No, I never heard of it.
Oh my god, crepels and beans, it's so good. It's like this bread. My mom makes it. She like makes it from like the dough and everything. And it's really thin and it's like crispy, but it's still like soft on the inside. I don't know, it has this
I love it.
really
I like
good
textures.
like buttery taste. Oh, it's so
Fuck,
good.
We're fucked up. And Natalie, I'm fucking. It's right here live. You guys are
Yes.
seeing it now. You're seeing it now. So I ain't gonna. I'll wait. I'll wait right here. It's only 7:58.
We'll be here for 2 more hours.
Just let me know.
Just kidding.
Speaking of that, let's get to the next question.
Okay.
I have no idea what these are going to be. I've not pre-read them, so hopefully they're as inappropriate as possible. Becca is asking, while tattooing, do you prefer listening to music, talking to a client, or total silence? Fuck.
Definitely not silence for me.
Yeah. I mean, anybody that's been tattooed by me already knows that fucking answer. Do you prefer listening to music, talking to client, or total silence? Total silence is weird as shit. When I'm drawing or reading, I actually do prefer silence. Silence is way better for that. For like deep learning, I like silence.
Right.
But for expression or art, I'm going straight to music for sure, and the louder the better. I'd prefer headphones, but it's kind of rude for the most part. And I don't shut up, so it's really hard to talk to somebody when the headphones on, because I look weird doing it, and then I can't listen to the response. Not that I really give them time to. But yeah, music for sure. And like today, I had a great conversation with Marjorie. Yeah, me and Marjorie. She probably is watching this. Marjorie, thank you. You were awesome. And yeah, I like to communicate and share with people. I think it's awesome. Total silence. I couldn't imagine anybody saying that. That would seem weird to me. But maybe for certain types of work, someone needs to focus. I don't know. Can imagine it, but maybe that's a thing. And you are a music person. For sure.
Yeah, music for sure. I like talking to people too, though.
If it's something you feel like comfortable doing, you don't have to like.
Yeah.
Because if it's really hard,
yeah,
I'm zoned in.
Yeah,
like,
I zone out super bad.
Zoned out.
Gotcha.
You're with me.
Yeah, I zone out. So like if like the person like today, I wanted to sleep when I was getting tattooed, right? So if my client was like sleeping, I would totally put an earbud in and then just go to town. Absolutely. You know,
I like
and
that.
Be perfectly fine.
Yep. I get that. That's fun. I actually do prefer that because it's like you get really immersed.
Yeah.
Super fun. It's like being at the gym. I actually prefer silence, but unfortunately they play shit music.
Oh, I could not do silence in the gym.
I love it.
I listen to the loud fucking music and just pump me up, and I'm just like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm so focused with no music, but the thing is all the gyms play this crap. And so I have to drown that out because it drives me nuts.
Yeah.
And so I listen to pretty loud music while I'm working out.
Our gym plays very loud music.
So it's mixing like when you're listening?
I like it because if I like the music, then I don't put my earbud in. That's the only time. But because they have the music where it's like actually loud and it's like just the same as having headphones on. And so it's the same like 10 people in the morning because I go at 5. So it's the same people. We're all used to each other. And there's one specific guy that has it the first half of my workout, and then one of the like owners who's a trainer has it the second half. But both of them, I will be like, dude, change the song, you're killing me, like, you know. And we'll all laugh and stuff. And so we all like put our input in because I was working out. We're listening to like rock, and I'm just like getting it, like lifting and stuff. And then all of a sudden he like puts on a country song, and it's all slow as shit. And I was like, hey, you're fucking me up. Like, change the song.
Yeah, that's country music is not workout music at all.
Yeah,
not
and
even
then
close.
Yesterday, the other guy that's a trainer listens most of the time. He listens like hip hop and rap, you know. And I like it though because it's like always upbeat and stuff. And I try to like keep with the beat to my workout. And then all of a sudden, that song where it's like, I'm too sexy. Oh, that song comes on, and I was like, can you change it, please?
Yeah, I can't do it.
Like,
I get too distracted.
It right now.
With like variation. I like music that's non-distracting.
Yeah.
I actually listen to classical a lot, and I can listen to classical while working out. Absolutely. I do it when I'm drawing, when I'm working out, when I'm sleeping, anything.
I was just talking about this about you at my dinner tonight.
Because people make fun of me. Like, they're like, they walk in, and they're like, what the fuck is this with me to sleep? To me, it's amazing.
I was talking to Tony, and we were saying something like, he was asking like, do you guys listen to music at the shop? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, what kind of music? Like, I'm like, well, it depends like who gets it first, you know? I'm like, or sometimes Josh comes in and like fucking trumps us all and like puts something on, and we just have to like bear through it. Yeah. And he's like, I feel like he listens like heavy like rock metal. I said, no, I could get down with that. I'm like, he fucking will put on some classical music, and I feel like Edward Scissorhands gonna come in and slit all our throats.
It's like half like it almost sounds like Disney Christmas music / like Mozart. Like, God, I fucking love it.
That's great.
I love it. I love classical. I could listen to like composers all day long.
Not when I'm in a tattoo shop like trying to work and like get my jam on.
I love it. I fucking we'll listen to some death metal.
Yeah, that's fine. I can do that.
Some punk rock. I'm down.
That's
okay,
fine.
We'll do that tomorrow for like an hour. Okay. Riley on here asked, Are there hiring options available for piercers? If so, what requirements are there? Haley, how would you answer that?
I would say you come in and tell us what you can do for us and how you could be of value to our shop and make our lives easier in the shop.
Yeah, like, so if there's hiring options, it's definitely not, that's a perfect answer. It's a perfect response. And one thing that becomes very apparent when you run a tattoo shop, or you're a tattooer and you work in a shop or an environment like this, whether it's hair, nails, or cosmetics like this, then what you realize is you're a business owner. You or at least, even if you don't own a business, you're the business, meaning you're self-employed.
Right.
So you are the business in a sense, or you have employed yourself, essentially self-employed. You're still kind of an employee, but you can't think like an employee anymore. That's out the window. And that's I actually would say for most people that's the hardest part, because everybody's trained to be an employee, sit and be good little boys and girls in school and raise their hand when they're ready and show up on time and wait for the buzzers and the bells. So you're so trained to be this little robot employee that when it's time to not be, you almost are like, I don't know how to do this.
Yeah.
So like you just said, you wouldn't walk into CVS and do that to get a job.
No.
You would just you'd go by the book.
Yeah.
Literally. And here, it's not like that.
Right.
That's not it. So hiring options available. That's relative. The way I would answer that is we don't hire people, but people work here. And to work here, you have to be able to prove yourself and improve yourself. It's very specific, but I think it's harder work than people imagine. And I like to start it out that way and just let people know. Good luck, because it's fucking competitive. It's hard. It's not easy. You have to work for yourself and with others at the same time. And then you're saying, what requirements are there? In terms of requirements, I won't give it all away, but you can always come to my class. I do a class on Saturdays on occasion. Go to our website, highsierratattooco.com. Scroll down on the homepage for a second, and you will see the class available. Click it, and you will find all those answers there. A lizard breath. That's such a cool name. Okay, a lizard breath said, "Do you believe people radiate certain energies?" This is a great question. If so, can you read it or pick up on them? That's a really good question. I actually like that question a lot, because you probably couldn't predict my answer. But do you believe people radiate certain energies? If so, can you read it or pick up on them? What would you say to that? Like, in your experience?
I would say, like, dealing with people, obviously, like, people some have more vibrations than others, but like, obviously there's like the very obvious one where like someone just had super bad energy, or it's like over the top ones, but there's some people that you just meet and you just get like a good vibe
like
from.
Over the top, like, could be negative, could be positive.
Like just, either one,
it's
where it's
deep.
like
it's a heavy energy. It's like thick.
It's like that cigar smoke.
It's fucking you can see it on the cameras going away. I set the room up.
I know. You're doing great. I'm super appreciative.
We're doing great. I'd like to answer this pretty thoroughly. Do you believe people, and I'm sure a lot of people on here watching this have some opinions about this. So guys, chime in, get spicy. We're off the food subject, but we can go back to it. Do you believe people radiate certain energies? And if so, can you read it or pick up on them? Well, first off, all things are reduced down to energy. So to get scientific, all things represent energy.
Right.
So you can't avoid that, as a matter of fact. I believe the way I like to put it, because yes, at its fundamental level, it's energy, and definitely you can read it. You can. There's all kinds of signals through facial signals, body structure, and our body
language.
Body language. The things people say, if you could read through them a little, sometimes they're not so literal. People say things, you have to look through the message to actually get it. There's all kinds of signals, and we actually have to be in tune with that. Part of our job is to do that with you, because we need to extract out of you what it is you're wanting as a tattooer, like designing something. So it's our job to get better at this. And I've done it for so long that I will say, do I believe people radiate certain energies? I think there's actually a finite amount of different variables, different, like not ideals, like a substrate of characteristics that people can possess and also express.
Right.
And I think most of all that we all are is almost exactly the same. It's these little fundamental small things that change them dramatically.
Okay.
Like everybody has drama, everybody has happiness and joy, everybody has excitement, everybody has passions, everybody has all these things for the most part. But we all are in different categories at different times for different reasons, and at different depths. So some people are more happy all the time than somebody else, even though they feel happiness too. So there's like infinite variable or variation of different types of energies and characteristics. That being said, I don't think you're as susceptible to all of those as people think. I think you are if you tune in and allow it to bring down your frequency. I like it. I like the frequency better than energy.
Yeah.
Actually, I just heard a quote. I was excited to think maybe I'd be able to bring it up today because it helps me remember it. This guy said, "Your frequency is what you frequently see." And I thought that was genius because if you're around these people that are down or assholes or jerks or negative or whatever, uninspiring even, is, you know, you're going to see that all day and then you're going to start to go there because now we have to talk about it. We're going to bring it up. We have to now equate like, like what should we do about this? Now we have to talk about it and go there. I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
So you do have to protect, I think, well, I know you should protect your brain and the information and the input coming in. You're saying energies. I think some people think you are like your body's in tune with other people's energies. I think that's less true than your eyes, your ears, and your nose is literally how you receive people's energies and pick up on information. So you have to protect what comes in your brain through your eyes, your ears, and your mouth and your nose.
That makes sense.
You have to be very careful. More than just like if I didn't know you were behind me and you were a super negative person and I didn't see you and then you left, it would affect me not at all.
Yeah.
I don't believe in that as being that important. Do I think it has an effect? Maybe, to a small degree. I think what really matters is what you allow into your mind. A good friend of mine told me a long time ago, you're responsible for what you know. And what you know could just be this person's personality. You now know that because you're around them and you allowed them in your house or in your home or your world. And now you have to deal with it. And it could be bad. And why have to deal with that? I don't want to have to sit down and have a conversation about why this person's a piece of shit. I would rather just go, next, let's move on, let's live life. I don't have room for that. Go do that with other people.
Yeah.
And if you want to call me an asshole for acting so bluntly, I'm willing to be considered that. That's totally fine. So I don't believe in energies in terms of just, like it just rubs off on you. I believe it's more, it comes through characteristics and information through body language and words and more than that. I think you could be totally fooled by somebody who's really charismatic and they could be like the most narcissistic person you know, but it takes a while for you to see it. But if it was a bad energy at first, you would have picked up on it. And I don't think it's that easy. I don't. But I definitely do think the experience is you're around people, they affect you. So it's easy to say you're affected by the energies. That makes sense. A long-winded explanation.
Have you ever met someone though and you just got like heebie-jeebie vibes from?
Immediately, absolutely. But there's
they
signals.
don't have to talk.
Right, but there's something about the way they're carrying themselves.
Yeah.
So like if you're walking through the woods and you hear a snap, a big loud bang, your immediate response, like for most people, you know, they study this in human behavior where you hear that and the first thing you do is this. And you stop, you open your eyes, you listen more, and you become super in tune for survival reasons. And one of the first things you do is you do this because you're protecting this area as an animal. You're biologically responding to a potential threat and this is a very delicate area. It's kind of like protecting yourself from the bear, like curl up, protect your vitals, let them get your back, let them get things that aren't as vital at least for a while. I think the same thing is true when you're around certain people. You're detecting something. It's like, ooh, someone's weird. And it could just be like, it's weird if someone just comes in here and stares at you and looks at you. We know that that's weird. So you're going to pick up on that immediately. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to feel their energy. You're going to get a signal very loud and clear through your eyes, not auditorily. You're not going to smell it. You're going to see it and go, oh, what the fuck? So signals come in strong. They come in strong. And I think it's easier to do the more you practice. And it's really important. I think it's really important to do. So let's read some of these, if you will.
Okay.
I'll start with Rochelle.
Okay. I am really good at reading energy. It is more of a feeling it instantly.
I agree.
Yeah, me too.
And reading energy, like I said, all things are energy, technically. All things are energy. And energy emits a signal. And those signals, I actually don't think, humans aren't like radar detectors where we can actually we can't sense all the signals. We sense things in very minimal ways. Like, for example, your eyes cannot see the whole color spectrum. They only see 5% of available color and light.
That's so crazy.
There's way more. That's why if you do drugs that suspend your abilities, sometimes it all gets mixed up and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Certain drugs, at least. Don't do drugs, kids. Drugs are bad, Mom. I don't do drugs. Don't worry. But yeah, there's all kinds of information available to us, or at least around us.
Yeah.
But you don't detect them. Like,
Right.
it doesn't mean they don't affect you.
Right.
Microwaves, radioactive waves, you can't detect them
Right.
until they start to have an effect on you. So there's all kinds of things affecting us at all times. I think in terms of people's energies, I think it's just where it takes you mentally. A little harsh reality for a lot of people. I think the only way you detect something wrong in somebody else is because you yourself possess it as well. The good part about that is we hope you've done the work to be able to identify it and say, I'm not playing with that.
Right.
I know that like a violent person or a negative person or just a bad person in general.
Right.
You have noticed that within yourself. I don't think you can detect in others. This will fuck you guys up. I don't think you can detect in others things in which you don't possess. I just don't. That's why I think people, when they see someone really successful and fit, and they're not and never have been, their go-to is negative.
Yeah.
That person's bad. They've done this. They probably on steroids. They probably do this. They probably fuck people over to get rich.
Yeah.
You don't see it. Where if you look at, for example, if you look at people who donate and who support, good causes, it's almost completely funded by rich people. It's like at least 50-50. And there's not as many rich people as there are poor people, which means all the poor people, all the, let's say, average people combined don't add up to what rich people do to give back to communities, which means you just don't know that because you don't possess it yourself.
Right.
So you don't see it. And I think people are limited to see things that they don't themselves possess. So when people say there's nothing but a bunch of shitty people out there, you better be very careful what you're admitting to, because people like me know what that fucking means. You're very telling. Thank you, guys. Okay, let's get to relationship stuff. Evangeline, yes, absolutely. That's exactly why I left my last relationship. I don't know exactly why, but if you're picking up on some bad shit, there you go. But I don't think it's energy, guys. I don't think that has to be the telling thing. I think you can inventory before you feel the energy. Who is this person? What do they do? What's their relationship with others? How do they act?
Inventory.
What's their body?
Smart.
What's their, what do they say?
Yeah.
Here's a good one for women out there interested in men. Ask them about their mothers. Seriously, do this. Ask them. You have to say, how do you feel about your mom? Put them on the spot like a psychologist. They're going to be protective. But wean into the conversation and find out. Like if I meet a new girl and she's talking to me for whatever reason, whether it's professional or personal or somebody I met, randomly, and they start telling me certain things, I'm like, oh, bye. I'm good.
Yeah.
They're signals, guys. Inventory their speech, which is representative of their thoughts, as well as their life.
Right.
You got to take that inventory. That's way more important than your fucking energy, because you could be reading it wrong, because you don't see the goodness in them that actually is louder than what you're detecting as bad. It could actually be better, but you can't see in them things you don't possess. It's like saying you can't give people love if you don't love yourself. Anyway, that'll fuck you guys up.
Mama Bear.
Yep. Let's see. Let's go to Mom. Can you read that for me?
Yep. I believe that it's the part of people they don't see in themselves, so therefore they can't control that part. The part of them shines through. That part of them shines through.
Yep. I believe that's very true. And that's the thing is, we're not psychologists and master manipulators, most of us, at least not to a high level that we could be. Some people are. But for the most part, people are telling. They'll tell you. They will straight tell you, and they don't even know they're saying it. When someone says, there's the dating pool is just full of a bunch of fucking losers. Just be very careful who you're attracting, because it says more about you than them.
Yeah.
And the people do it, like I said, it'll fuck you up. You guys aren't going to like that shit.
I'm like, what's the common denominator?
Yeah, you. Yeah. And I know it's fucked. We all do it. But when someone starts bashing baby mama or daddies, who picked them? If you're like,
that's such like a harsh reality.
It's so fucked. Because if you think about this, let's go here for a second.
You guys, I hate this one.
Push mute. Because this is true whether it's professional or personal.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. If you're saying I'll use the example of baby daddy. Someone's saying he is this and this and this and this, just bashing him. Think about what you just said. Yeah. You literally did the thing that makes a family with somebody like that.
Yeah.
Well, there's always going to be people out in the world like that.
Did the thing you mean as in like?
Yeah, you did the family thing. You did the thing that makes the whole birds and the bees. Exactly.
To make sure we're clear. Right. Okay.
I'm trying to not exude any negativity in that statement, because I think what people do is they say more about themselves. Like I said, ask a man about his mom and you will know so much about him. Ask him about his sisters or his brothers or the people closest to him, the people that matter, his nieces and nephews. See how he reacts to them. He will tell more about you than he can tell you with his words, by far. So inventory.
Yeah.
There you go. Christy saying energy runs off for sure. Yeah, you definitely can't hide it. Rub. I like that. So true.
She meant energy rubs off for sure.
Energy rubs off. Oh, I get it.
She was auto-correcting herself.
I like that. Thank you so very much. Who was it that speech to text just fucks shit up?
Oh, Lenore.
Lenore, where are you at, Lenore? Let's fuck some shit up. Fight me.
Fight me.
Elizabeth saying interesting concept, and I think you're on point with that.
Yeah.
Hello, Mandy. Nice to see you on here.
Is that Peach's client?
That is, yes, that's Elizabeth. Yep, actually. So she submitted one of the responses. Hello, Elizabeth.
Hello. Hello, Mandy.
Christy's saying, tell us what you're thinking. Cute. People subconsciously speak out themselves. Matter of fact, that's how you read people most. Let them talk. They will express to you things that they don't realize they're expressing. We all do it at a very deep level. That's why I also think, if you guys are talking about energies and reading them, you should be careful and not just take inventory of other people, which is very smart, but you also should take inventory of your thoughts and your conversations and ask yourself what it is you're emitting and to who. So there's an old-fashioned phrase from the Bible that says, to not cast pearls before swine. I've said that before on here. It's one of my favorite quotes. Pigs don't care about pearls, and to throw them in front of them as if it's something to entice them. Pigs will eat themselves if they had to. They don't care. Like, they'll eat slop. Like, they'll eat anything.
Yeah.
So casting pearls before swine is a fool's errand. It's a fool's game. When you do that with people, you have to take inventory of yourself and say, I did that. Like, I did that with this person. So inventory your damn self. Forget about the fucking energy and just look at the truth. Like, people talk about looking in the mirror all the time. Good fucking luck. Looking in the mirror isn't a physical mirror. It's a metaphor to you trying to really see who you actually are, which isn't just your physical body.
Right.
It's not just that.
Right.
Good luck with that one. You're not going to like it. It's like if I said, and I say this to myself, and this helps me dramatically, even though it sucks, that all the people in your life and circumstances you're experiencing are here and you need them to teach you the lesson that's necessary for you to get to the next level. So you're getting exactly what you deserve. That's fucked.
Yeah.
That's like super fucked. Now, I think there's 95% truth to that because accidents happen too, and I don't think all things happen to you for some intentional reason. But most things in your life you're actually attracting to you because of you get what you deserve, because you get what you deserve, meaning the value you represent, you get reciprocated.
Right.
The thing in which you are, you can recognize, therefore you identify it, and then you become part of it.
Right.
Or you allow it in your life. And I think that's what fucks people up. I think that fucks people up because they don't want that to be true. They do not want to accept that baby daddy is baby daddy because of who you are.
Get out of here.
Like, nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. But if you allow that to be your truth and you see it that way, it becomes very useful.
Yeah.
It's another short way of saying this is it's from a book I read, which you should read. We talked about books. You should absolutely read this. And I think I might have mentioned it before, called Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink.
Hold on, got it right now.
Extreme,
Jocko, you told me that.
Extreme ownership. 100% is what I'm talking about. If you so you could say something's not your fault, fine. Thanks, Dad, for teaching me this because it wasn't easy. And Mom, you had to watch. I was just sometimes a jerk kid. But my dad had to really force it down my throat that sometimes things that I didn't think were my fault and maybe actually were. Meaning he made me take extreme ownership over my actions, even though I was like, no, this really happened because these kids did this and this and somebody else got it wrong.
Right.
And he's like, oh, sure, it's not their fault. And I was like, no, it really wasn't. It wasn't mine.
Yeah.
And I got to the point where I realized I was in control of the situation if I accepted that it was my fault. To such an extreme that you could say, if it's all your fault, guess what the truth is? Then you could do something about it. But if you say, well, it's not my fault, then you're victim of circumstance.
Right.
And that's not cool. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Mom is saying, take responsibility for our part, and then we can move forward. 100%. Take responsibility for yourself. I totally believe that. Let's see here. Will you read Ashley's?
Yeah. Most things that are in our life is your own doing. That was a hard one for me to learn and swallow. Very humbling.
For sure. Yep. You're getting, like I said, this fucks people up because it's fucked me up. You are exactly where you need to be to learn the lesson, and you will stay there. You will fucking stay there until you learn the lesson necessary for you to move up, which is why it's so important. Why do you think, for example, people say, follow your dreams, do something you love, If you do something you love, you never work a day in your life, which is bullshit. But the reason why they're saying these things is to point to take action.
Right.
Because if your whole life you said, I always wanted to do this thing, but I never did, what you won't know, and we've said this before on here, if you don't ever do the thing that you know you should have done, and you are 80 wishing you would have, what you missed out on isn't the thing you wish you would have done. It's the lesson that would have gotten you to another level and another level and a level to eventually become somebody so unrecognizable to yourself.
Yeah.
Like I heard somebody describe hell once. They said hell would be a place you go to meet the person you could have been.
Oh God.
Ooh.
That's fun.
Let that simmer. This is getting deep, guys. This got deep quick.
It's got deep.
Yeah, 100%. Brody Jade saying, great book, eye-opening. I'm assuming that's Jocko's. It's a really, really good book. And why don't you go ahead and read Rochelle's?
All of our perceptions of others does not make them that. We are all a part of this cosmic energy, and our minds can be our most dangerous enemy if we allow it.
100%. Yeah, that's definitely true. I like that. All of our perceptions of others do not make them that. 100% true. So when people say something about somebody, they have an opinion. The second time I do that, it's okay. It's my room. Or so that's how you can inventory people, is ask them how they feel about others. Says more about you than them.
Yeah.
And people don't get that. They think when low frequency motherfuckers start talking to you and sharing with you, they will express, or when you're acting like a low frequency motherfucker, you are expressing that. And what you don't understand is you're just exposing yourself as a low frequency being at that moment. And you don't have to stay there because you're saying more about you when you're talking shit on somebody than you are. That's why when someone talks shit to me, I realize, dude, you just ain't got a mirror. Like it don't stick to me. I'm like, poor, that sucks for you. Sucks for you, nerd. Like, I'm sorry to say, but it sucks. And then she said, we are all part of this cosmic energy, and our minds can be our most dangerous enemy if we allow it. Totally fucking true. Yeah. I like that.
Way to kill that one, sis.
Really good. I like that. God. I wish I could what does this mean? I don't know. I just started. I just gave it a star. Let's see here. Ouch, that's deep. Ashley, you're right. And it's supposed to be. And if it doesn't hurt, you're probably just not looking in the mirror. Or at least you're not seeing the right reflection. Chris, I can't go this deep on YouTube. And Elizabeth, well said, Rochelle. Elizabeth, thank you for your question. That was awesome. I will say that was my favorite question so far this evening. That's really fun to talk about. That's why I like when you guys ask these questions. Yeah. Like off the cuff to just go here. Also why I didn't actually want to pre-read them. I just wanted to have fun with them. Yeah. So we got Brody Jade on here asking, how do you keep it all together so well? ? Business, working, family, fun, personal, etc. Very, very, very good question. How do you keep it all together so well? Well, first off, there's a problem with your question. Do you want to take it away? How do you keep it all together so well? Let's assume she's talking about both of us. You take it away for that.
Balancing everything. How do we keep it together so well? We don't. Fail at some parts all the time.
You fail more than you win.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you keep it together,
yeah.
Actually, is you fail a lot. Because if you're failing a lot means you're trying a lot. If you're failing once in a year, if you have a goal and you didn't reach it, and you didn't reach it, you're not trying enough.
No.
You're just not doing it.
Yeah.
But you should have goals and not reach them because you should be stretching yourself far enough to where you can't always get there.
Right.
So how do you keep it all together so well? The response is you don't.
Yeah,
you don't.
Exactly.
If there's a keeping it together well, it's kind of corny, but I like that part in the Rocky movie where he said it's not how hard you can hit or how hard you can get hit and get back up. I think that's how it goes. It's not how hard you can hit, but how hard you can get hit and get back up. Because getting hit is in a perfect world.
Right.
I'm sorry, hitting somebody.
Yeah.
It's a perfect world. It worked for you.
Right.
Most of your life, it's not working exactly in your favor if you're not active.
Yeah.
And most of your life, you're going to have to find yourself failing, which means you have to pick yourself back up from the failure. And the faster you can do that and the more rapid you could take that action, man, like if there was like a little, disk drive download I could just give to everybody and like we can just get it, is take action faster than you're used to such, for most of us, I think the action we take is so subpar and it's so it's so relaxed compared to what you could actually do. And that even
Right.
comes down to getting back. Like, you should bounce back faster. You
Yeah.
don't have a lot of time, and there's a person in which you could become, your potential, that could be reached, or at least you could be on the path to reaching as best as possible.
Right.
And you are going to fail at that the longer you take to manage yourself, to get back up, to take punches, to self-correct, to course correct. And when you're like, oh, I need to get back to, then go get back
Yeah.
there, go do the thing, drop
Yeah.
and give me 20, do, like, look weird to your friends.
Right.
Like, whether you're weighing your food at dinner because you're trying to count your calories,
Yeah.
and people are like, what are you doing? It's just one beer. And you're like, nope, it's not just
Yeah.
one beer to me. It's one beer to you, and that's why you look like you. It's not one beer to me.
Right.
So, and that's why you get your life, and that's why I get mine, and you can do yours. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not judging you.
Yeah.
You know, stuff in your face and then getting dessert. Anyway, super fucking on it today.
Well,
I'm
and
in a
we've
feisty
kind of
mood.
talked about like something like similar to that, about like when something bad happens to you, it's just preparing you. Like when you make it through, that's not the end. There's something that's bad that's going to happen again, and it usually just gets worse. And it's like just preparing you for that next one. So every time you fail and you get through that, it's just literally training you to get through your
The
next
heavier
failure.
one. The heavier one. So the one thing I've noticed in life, which is very interesting, at least for me at 40 years old, heartache and loss, or let's say like a breakup, if you will, or your circumstances changing, which is a form of a loss,
Right.
never seems to change how it feels. It sucks.
Right.
It sucks if you're 15. It sucks if you're 30. It sucks if you're 40. Probably, I'm assuming, sucks if you're 50. The difference is, and I bet people that are a little older on here, a little wiser than us, will say this, that it doesn't feel different. It's just you handle it better.
Right.
You know, it's a gym analogy. 1,000 pounds, you can't lift it. You cannot deadlift 1,000 pounds if you're not strong enough. But if you get strong enough, you can. That doesn't change the weight.
Right.
It changes your ability to move it. It's the same thing with
Yeah.
life. It's not easier,
Yeah.
but you've gotten better.
Right.
It's actually,
That's a good one, Joshua.
it really is. It really is. Let's see here. It's like saying, I'm going to lift 10 pounds. I'm going to deadlift 10 pounds, but I want to be this. I have this ideal of who I want to be, but I'm going to stay at 10 pounds. I don't want harder. I want easier. Well, then you'll never get the thing in which you
Yeah.
want. You have to go heavier, and you have to push a little. Sometimes find out what your limit is.
Yeah.
And play with it a little.
That's what I just had to start doing at the gym, because one of my like goals this year is to lift double what I'm lifting now. So, and I've been babying the shit
hard.
out of it, and I had to be like, nope. And so I literally like started my first set 30 pounds heavier than I've been doing at my like heavy one, because I go each set I go heavier and add
That's
on.
hard.
So I started 30 pounds over my heaviest one, and I was like, oh fuck.
Yep.
And
you
it's scary.
and you want to find
It's
that.
scary. Yeah,
Learn
but
that
then
about you.
when I did it, I was like, fuck yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I was so pumped.
You know, the richest stream of information that exists, I'm stealing this from Tom Bilyeu. The richest stream of information that exists is effort leading to failure. It's the richest stream of information and knowledge you'll ever get. Wisdom only comes from people who have failed dramatically over long periods of time, lots of them.
Yeah.
And they keep getting back up. And eventually you get up so fast and so quick that you become almost unstoppable in a way.
Right.
And a lot of people don't get that. They want to be comfortable on their couch. They want to be soft and easy. They want it to just feel good, right? Like take
Like
care of all my
stagnant.
ailments.
Yeah.
Like just make me feel comfortable, right? Yeah, I like that stuff. All these quotes are fun. One of my favorite quotes, actually, I think Samurai has this as her bio in her Instagram, that complexity is the enemy of progress. 100% true. People
Yeah.
overcomplicate shit. Like when they want to say energies, I'm not taking away from you guys. Get into your energy, stuff all you want. But I will say this: you're overcomplicating it, so you don't have to do anything. The truth is, it's a mirror. You're looking at your fucking self. You're only identifying in others things in which you do or don't like about yourself.
Yeah.
So you will move much faster if you just accept that and take action and start correcting it and say, oh shit, this is a reflection of me, not of them.
Right.
My judgment of them says more about me than it does anything. It could be completely wrong about them, but it's not wrong about you.
Yeah.
So be very careful of that stuff, guys. I like all this, so people are saying it. You have to fail to learn 100%.
Yeah.
Keep forging ahead, collecting knowledge as you go. So collecting knowledge is good, because one thing is true, that knowledge comes through failure. I think humans best learn, and actually in most ways only learn, through failure, meaning pain. That's
Yeah.
what failure is. It hurts. Like
Yeah.
people say, like, you shouldn't be afraid. Yes, you should. Fear is a signal. It's a very rich stream of information to be afraid, but you shouldn't let it stop you.
Well, you don't have to go to haunted houses if you
You
don't like
have
them.
to.
You
You
don't
don't have to.
have
No,
to.
you don't have to. But if it bothers you and you lose sleep over it, maybe you should try.
Nope, it doesn't.
Mandy's on here saying, Ashley Gonzalez, you said it perfectly. We have to fail to learn absolute truth, 100%. Let's see, what is she? Oh, how old is too old for you? Clarify what that means. Like for me to live, for me to die, I don't know what that means. So let's see here. Love it, Joshua. Thanks, Ashley. Thanks for being on here. You're killing it at the gym, girl. I watch your snaps. I'm proud of you for pushing your limits. I found a weight bar in my basement. It's like 100 pounds long. That's good. Start with what you have and where you are, and start getting at it. So let's get to the next question.
It, let me know.
Yeah, or if you want to get rid of it, you have a set. Let's get to the next question. So Taylor is asking, what's the most detailed tattoo you've ever done? Again, we should start with you because yours should be a little easier to figure out.
Mandala. I would say it's most.
Oh, that is hard. Was it the knee one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard. Lots of lines. So Taylor, the detailed tattoo I've ever done was, it was like a print from, I think it was, I want to get it right. It was an Asian themed design. I'm totally losing the culture that it was from, but it was Asian sort of design on a guy's arm, and it was like line, dots, line, thick line, triangles. It was almost like the tribals kind of island stuff, but like way more small and detailed. And we got about this far into it, and it was like 3 hours in.
Oh my god!
And I'm like, bro, this is $300 for like a wristband watch half. But I told him I knew it was going to be like that.
Yeah.
And he actually had me outline it. SOB. He goes, can you just outline the rest since it's going to take that long? So that was the hardest part, is get in and all the lines connected. You already know it's already like doing a couple lines. It's hard. Do like 100.
Oh god.
Anyway, I outlined it, and he never came back to me, and went somebody else to finish it. And I was like, whatever. It's cool. I guess that's good, but that sucked. It's the little precise geometrical even details on a body part that's not even or symmetrical. So it's really difficult. So yeah, that was the most detailed tattoo I've ever done. Next question from Natalie. What's your favorite memory? Answer can be personal or professional. Very, very good question to end these questions with, because that is the last one. Let's get into that.
Can you read it one more time? I was reading comments.
What's your favorite memory? Actually, we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
So hold that. We'll get to you guys. We don't want to skip you. Let's see here. Okay. So Joshua, do you know how many tattoos you've done? Can you put a number on it? So let's do a little bit of math. I've not done this yet, but I'm a workaholic, I would say. So if we do math and say for years, I'd say for at least 10 years, I won't even count the first 7 because I did like 3 or 4 a week here and there. Sometimes I quit. I sucked. I didn't get a lot of experience. I was working in construction, trying to do that at the same time. So I probably did like 1,000 maybe. But for the last about 12 years, I did 5 days a week I would say at least 2 to 5 tattoos. So on average, let's just say 4. 4 tattoos a day times 5-6 days a week. So let's say 6. I'm not really good at math, but 4 times 6, 24 a week, right? Times 4 in a month is 96, times 12 is 192 in a year. That's quite a bit, right? 192 times 12 years, 4,224. That's probably a pretty good window, give or take a couple hundred. And that was in the past. That was last 12-ish years. Let's say the last 3 years, I've actually been stepping it down a little.
We do bigger pieces.
Yes, way bigger. So it's more of hours, not numbers of tattoos. So you could probably split this number, well, not in half because that's 12-year period, but for 3 years, I've probably done, I'd say 30 to 40 max in a week, you know, with the same multiplication. So probably somewhere around 6,000-ish tattoos in the last 12 years. And that's not all of them, but that's in my sort of, when I've been doing it full time. That's a lot, probably 6,000. I mean, not on 6,000 people.
Right,
because there's return customers. I'd say probably more like 3,000 or less.
That's
so anyway,
cool,
that's a pretty big number. Actually, let's, just for fun, what'd I say, 4,000? let's say 4,200. I did that wrong. I'm just 4,200 times 150. Actually, no. Yeah, let's just do that. Would be 630,000. That's actually just if everybody only came for an hour.
1 hour, yeah.
So let's say it was actually, let's times that by 3 and say it's more like almost $2 million in 12 years, which is really not that much, actually. But that's also assuming it was only a 4-hour session. So anyway,
right.
That's there's my money and there's my, so I should be a millionaire. And there's my number. So good question. Let's see. I did the math, Josh. A shit ton. You're right. That's really good math, actually. So let's go back to the question.
Answer.
What's your favorite memory? Answer can be personal or professional. Mine's actually really easy.
What is
Mine's
that?
quick. My favorite memory ever when so we were about to go on vacation. It was the best vacation I've ever had. And it was super exciting. And like life was going, everything was just so I was literally cloud nine. It's probably going to be the happiest moment of my life. Like that's just the truth. And I accept that. And I'm so fucking thankful for it. It was so perfect. Everybody's in bed. It's like 11 o'clock. I'm done packing. I'm getting the car loaded. So tomorrow, all we have to do is get up, get ready, go get breakfast and leave. And it's like a week-long trip. Rochelle knows about this trip and she was with us. And I'm going to bed. Everybody's sound asleep. Everybody's comfortable. My old lady's next to me snoring. My dogs are at the foot of the bed snoring, which sounds annoying, but when you lose your dogs, you miss it, and I miss it. And all the kids are in their room. I went and kissed them goodnight. They're all fast asleep, cozy in their bed, 5, 6 years old. And I went and laid down. It's like 11 o'clock. Bills are paid. House is taken care of. Everybody's comfortable. Everything's perfect. Everything's literally perfect. And I laid down and I was like, I did this. Like, this is like, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I'm part of this. And I'm so grateful. And it just felt so perfect that everybody's safe. Everybody's provided for. I can give them a good life. We're going to go do amazing things. We've been doing amazing things. I have love. I have a relationship. I have dogs. I have a home. I have family. It was just incredible. And that's happened multiple times, but that specific night when I laid down, I was like, I'm the luckiest man in the world.
That's awesome.
Like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
So that's my favorite memory.
That's
Absolutely.
awesome.
And it probably always will be. I couldn't imagine anything topping that shit. And the kids were so cute at the time, so little and like fucking pudgy. Oh, I miss pudgies.
That's awesome.
So let's get to yours. Actually said core memory. Maybe that responding to what I just said. Elbow cough. Wait, what? I'm missing something? Maybe not. Black heart. Nice. Okay, so what's yours?
I think one of my top ones is it was Neil's birthday, and his birthday was coming up, and he wanted to go camping, and it was our first trip we were able to do, like, since he had started treatment, and like we had to go, and like all these things were going wrong, right? But like kept happening, like just dumb little things that were like we didn't think we were going to be able to go. And then we went, and it was such a big deal because like we spent just that same year, we had spent a whole year in San Francisco and missed like all these holidays. Like my mom brought the kids to see us in the hospital for Easter, and I like decorated the hospital room and like hid eggs in the hospital, in his own hospital room, and stuff like that. Like we had a makeshift, which we had a lot of fun those times, but all these things kept going wrong, and he just wanted to go camping so bad, and I'm like, we have to fucking make it happen. And I don't know if you've experienced this, but I feel like growing up, every time we were ready for like leaving for a trip, my parents are fighting, everyone's fighting, and it's like all this tension.
I see a lot of people do that.
Yeah, and like it was the same thing, like the kids are fighting, they're butting heads, they're getting annoyed on each other's nerves, and then me and my husband are like, oh shit, like, and it's just so much chaos.
Yeah.
And then we end up making it up there, and I was even scared to go up there because it's super cold and he was still sick and stuff,
Right.
But we went up there and had the greatest time, and like there's no service, so it was just us. It was just our family, and like the kids were off their phones, and we were playing board games, and it was raining, and we're just sitting under like this cover, like playing board games and just having the best time ever. And like he just told me, he's like, this is all I wanted, and it was just such a good family moment.
Right.
And that was our last like family trip we got to take.
Right.
But it was so much fun, and it wasn't like some, like when we went to
Extravagant or
Disneyland.
anything,
No,
yeah.
it wasn't even like nothing like that. It was great. It was like a cheap little trip. We literally only went to Pine Flat. You know,
Pretty
up
basic
there.
place.
Yeah,
Right.
but it was like the fucking funnest. Like
That
it was
is.
great. Yeah, I loved it.
I do find so that experience, because even people say it to me still, they're like, oh, you'll have new ones. Yeah, I have tons of them and tons
Yeah,
of
yeah.
great ones. But what you don't understand is the height of that moment. I totally appreciate
Yeah.
and accept that if that is it, I am cool. If
Yeah.
something beats it, sure, fine. But like
Right.
that's not, for one, it's never, can't make that a goal necessarily. It's
Yeah.
life that happens.
Yeah.
You can have these goals and achieve them. It's great. But I can tell you that from personal experience, not just for me, but watching others that have succeeded beyond their wildest dreams in life,
Yeah.
it's never anything else. It's never going to be your
Yeah.
car, your house, the bank account, your six pack.
Yeah.
It's never going to be
Yeah.
those things. It's always going to be these types of things for everybody.
Yeah.
And now, there's probably going to be some exceptions to people who've never had a good family and don't have kids. But still, I bet you most of it can be tied to people and what matters most in your life. And for me, all I ever wanted to be was a dad and a good
Yeah.
good lover, a good husband, a good partner. And so I dreamt of as a little kid. I just wanted to do it right because I saw so many people do it wrong. And when I got it and made it, I was like, it was like going to heaven. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is crazy.
Yeah.
Like I'm fucking doing it. This is so cool.
Yeah.
It was just so perfect. So anyway, great question.
Yeah, that
Great
was a good one.
question. We should ask you guys this next time. That'd be really hard to do in like a text, but
Yeah.
that was really cool. Okay, so guys, thank you for being on here and responding. Natalie, thanks for the question. Beautiful memory, absolutely. Thank you. Obviously, Haley for responding and sharing with us. Christy says my heart. Oh, Haley, it really is the small stuff, 100%. And just stop talking now, Josh. Oh, jeez.
Jesus.
Thank you. That's awesome. So speaking of stop talking, that was my plan, actually. That's a great way to end it. Thank you so much for saying that, Christy. You guys, it's been an hour and 13 minutes. This was actually a really good live.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that
I
was really
enjoyed
cool.
the questions a lot.
That's why I didn't even ask us specific questions like I usually do.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, guys, just get real. That would be a good way to phrase the questions. Ask me anything. Let's get real. Like that's even cooler because it's not necessarily tattoo related, although it can be.
Yeah.
That's what we do for a living. It's what I do for a living solely. So it's a big part of my life, but also just doing things that are, conversations like this and sharing with you guys and connecting with you. You guys are listening to us more than we're obviously reading from you, but we still know that you're listening, watching, and, obviously this is, you're taking this in. But that's why we like the questions, because then it gives you guys a chance to really respond in a deep, meaningful way, which is super fun. And to do it live, this is really us. This is really, us responding. This isn't canned. This isn't for show. This is because we enjoy it. So thank you guys, obviously, for showing up and responding and joining us, getting spicy in the comment section.
As always.
Yep. Joining us on episode number 33. We absolutely appreciate you guys. We hope you have a great night. And I think we should end it on a really good note, although we kind of did. Haley, I'm going to ask you this.
Yes.
What has been, because I think this is such a good question, but what's been your favorite memory since we started doing these lives together? Like what's something that stands out clearly? Like something that whatever part of it, when you're home thinking about it or literally during the show or whatever part of it that stands out to you, that's like super boom, there it is.
I think when we started doing the origin story and like not just the first one, but then when it's like we have to do the second one, and like learning from it, like getting that taken away, because it was so like in depth. Like I get to be fun and just joke around and stuff, but we still had fun doing it and stuff. But the moment that you like talked me up before, it was like the specific moment before we're about to record, because I'm like, I just want to act a fool. Like that's what I'm used to, it's easy for me and I like being silly. And then you're just like, imagine you're watching this in like 20 years and your kids are watching you and they're like, that's my mom, and I was like, oh my God,
this is so cool.
Like, that's so fucking cool, and I was like, I'm fucking ready.
Yep.
Like, let's go. I think that was like my favorite memory in doing the live.
That's interesting. That's really cool. It's kind of similar to actually what I would respond to. So great answer. That's amazing. And mine is kind of similar, but it's knowing that I'm doing things that I set out to do, whether I'm doing them well or not, whether there's millions of people watching or 20 or, just you guys on here, which is totally fine with me. Knowing that, right now there's 15 people live. There's, tons of comments and me and you.
Yeah.
And that I find lots of value and I appreciate and I'm super grateful for what I have. And I don't need that not that it doesn't matter and it's not a goal of mine to grow. Of course it is. If I'm doing something right, it should, something should happen.
Yeah.
Some sort of signal, whether it's consistently the same people, which kind of is a lot of times. So thank you guys so very much. It means a lot to us and people look forward to it. I get messages before the show asking about it or anticipating it. But knowing that I get to make something, so kind of like what you said, that, it's something in the future that you get to, log and catalog for your family. It's the same thing where I love experiencing that this is enough for me. Like, this is good. I appreciate it. I still plan on growing, but that I could get out of this so much value without having to always look for, like, oh, when I get there, I'll be. The whole someday island. Someday Isle must be a place where everybody's dreams die is a famous quote from Zig Ziglar. I heard that when I was a kid. Someday Isle must be an island where everybody's dreams die, because people always say someday Isle. And I think it's cool that we're doing it.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool that you guys are here, and I think it's cool that we get to do this.
Yeah, absolutely.
I experience that often throughout this, these episodes, 33 of them so far. It's really cool, because I've made a lot of videos, and most of them are me solo, camping, hiking, building shit, doing fun things, tattooing, maybe a client or two in a video or something. But doing this is like way more interactive and fun. So I just really dig it, and I appreciate you guys.
Absolutely.
And appreciate you, Haley.
I appreciate you too, Joshua.
Thank you guys for watching the first episode in which I have not got struck, and for participating. And we appreciate you guys, and we will see you next time for episode 34. I can count. For episode 34, and we will see you here. Have a good night, guys.
Bye.
Peace out. Oh, wait, I got to play one last thing. I know, I'm like that kid who just never quits. I totally made my favorite. You guys are going to hear this a lot eventually. Next episode, because we're getting out right now, but next episode, let us know where that's from, because unless you're old, you won't get it. See ya.